if the president, because we don't know the kind of information he has, why he hasn't gone there, assuming he goes to the place and his convoy is shot at, because I mean, you say lots of groups, arms here and there, so very tricky situation over there. If that were to be the case, that would be more probable.
No, you know, it's not like it's not like people don't know. They have a grievance, as I told you. The grievance is that, look, we think these are our people that will represent us, and we have gotten people that are not representative of the common people sitting down there, building houses. You hardly even see them in their homes.
Why don't you remove them?
You can't remove them. So this is a situation
they can't remove them.
How can you do? You've now the Supreme Court, what do you call it? The Court of Appeal has given it to the governor. He is there as an incumbent governor, and then the former governor was very popular. Governor Ali, Governor Goni was there. He is sitting down, very sad.
Mr. Liman, you know, the question is, if you notice, there are people that were killed. According to records, hundreds of thousands of people have been killed already. Now, most of those people are the common people. So if the situation is more political, you feel that the politicians are not doing that which you expect them, or you didn't get the person you're hoping to get, why are you now turning around to kill your fellow common man?
No, it's the politicians killing themselves. And when the JTF now comes, the JTF, the armed forces, the police are being looked at people who are helping rigging the elections. So the aggrieved ones who are militarized also, because their opposition, the ECMO, was militarized, you know, and everybody was sitting askance when the incumbent governor was, you know, because the ECMO can come to the opposition political parties and give them a thorough beating and said, what the hell, what do you have? It's guns. We are also going to get guns. So that's how this militarization of the politics took place in Borno State. Not only in Borno State, in Sarasuka or something in Bauchi, and then you have the other people in Kano and all that kind of. So there was a failure of, you know, surveillance, failure of, you know, nipping this particular problem in the bud. So people had now armed themselves. And when they are killing, they are not killing anyhow. They will go to the politician who participated in rigging the election and gunning them down, because they have these beautiful jeeps, about 4 or 5 that was given to them, and then they did this. So they know who they are targeting. You understand what I mean? So it's not like they were just shooting. It's the JTF when they come, and everybody looks like, okay, why are this killing took place? Do you know anything about who did it? You said, no, we don't know. No, you must be through connivance or through whatever this, and you're also part of. So they shoot them. You understand? So this is the kind of thing that is going. It's not that when His Excellency goes there, they will start shooting and killing him. That's not the situation. If he goes there with the genuine intention, look, the situation is bad, we cannot have it continuously like this, because it's likely to affect the security of the overall nation. And as a commander-in-chief, I want to genuinely listen. So we begin to listen. But even the Boko Haram people are saying, we've had a situation where they said come, and we attempt to come, and then they just arrest our people, and you never hear anything about them. So we're even afraid of the genuineness of the intention to call us for a dialogue. So if they genuinely see genuine discussion taking place, the aggrieved people will come out there.
What about the political leaders? I beg your pardon. Because if the court rules in this instance, I mean, as they say, you only appeal to God. Do you think the leaders politically have been able to enlighten the people, appeal to them, saying, well, if the court has ruled on this matter, there's nothing we can do until the next elections?
If anybody who makes that kind of statement is also seen as an enemy, so that's the situation there.
Whoa.
You understand? So what is the political leader? There's nobody who can speak to them there. You understand? So there's nobody. The governor himself is there's a security, what do you call it, state of emergency. The governor himself is nowhere to be seen. You know, so what do you do at the end of the day? Everybody has vacated the town.
So there's a vacuum.
There's a very, very big vacuum.
Whoa. This looks more serious than meets the eye. But at the moment, because I've heard northern governors have spoken about this menace, they say it's affecting our economy.
See, the northern governors, that's what I was saying. When you saw the outing of Buhari's outing prior to 2011, you saw the outing on the media. You've carried a lot of this. You can even play back some of this. And you end up saying that Buhari just had only one governor in the state. So these northern governors now, when they're talking, the masses are looking at it, they're not representing our interests. So what are you talking about?
They don't listen to them?
They don't listen to them. So that's the situation there.
It's a very complex one. Apparently.
It's a very complex one, because as I told you, the whole structure, the whole political structure, people thought they could take advantage of it, and now see what they've created.
Now, considering all that has happened on the ground, and considering how, you know, it's presumed the JTF has not been able to gain the trust of the people, would you recommend that they leave?
If they leave, then there will be anarchy there. But the problem is that, like Segir, who is the spokesperson for the JTF, is saying that we have given them some manual, so please, they should know how to behave. The province of the military is not to interface with the civilian. There is no way you can provoke a military man and he will not, reply with a rapid fire. So that's the situation.
So who would you recommend they have there? Would you recommend the police?
It's not about police. It's about an aggrieved people. It's about a leadership, the president and commander-in-chief. This is a situation. You saw what George Bush did after the September 11. Initially, it was Robert Lodigliani, or what's the mayor of New York was there. But the president himself came. He held the firefighter, talked to USA, and then that brought, because he's the symbol of the nation. If the president cannot go to a place, what does it talk about the concern he has for a particular section of people? You've not seen him in Damatru. You've not seen him in Borno, even though a lot of people voted for him in that place. So it's not about having more military or police people going there. The police are not even trained to handle the firepower of the so-called Boko Haram that they're coming there after them.
Can Buhari be enlisted to sort this problem out?
Oh, I believe strongly that he should be enlisted. And as an elder statesman, he has a very critical role to play in that. And I've not seen enough of Buhari's role in this issue.
Before he's even approached, do you think he should, on his own volition, come forward and see how he can help?
Oh, he could do a lot. I would have expected Buhari to provide the kind of leadership along with his colleagues in if Buhari, the president himself, as a former head of state and a member of the National Council of Security or something, of the state, as a former head of state, together with some of his colleagues, there would be a lot of tension will go down. But I've not seen enough of Buhari in this activity.
What about the clerics?
The clerics
Can the clerics do anything?
The clerics over the years have not represented themselves very well. These young boys have read the Holy Quran and the Hadith and the Bible and all this. They know what a cleric is supposed to be. Not clerics that have amassed wealth and use the church or the mosque as the theater for them to amass wealth. So they don't have any much respect for this. But I think the person that they really have a lot of respect, if he should come out very strongly, will be Buhari, together with the serving head of state, together with some of the colleagues. If they speak to them, the tension will begin to go down. It's not about I'm in that place. Because fire for fire, they're ready for the fire for fire, these boys.
Wow. Well, I'm trying to see if we could just get more questions in here, because, you still have Ife Uriah, who says, well, what is clear to him is that he doesn't think, he's asking that, how else do you think this problem can be addressed if they won't listen to the governors, if Buhari hasn't come in yet, and the president has not visited?
Exactly.
How do you solve it at the moment?
These are the solutions. They have to do it. The president has to extend the olive leaf. Paul Buhari is still his colleague, former head of state. They'll sit down, they talk, and see how also effectively, in a constructive manner, they can engage these youths. There are 5 ways you can engage youths. Some of them ought to go to schools. They're not going to schools because the funds are not there from the parents to pay for the school fees. So the agri sector is in a state of comatose. In addition to that, we now have the fuel crisis, which is far more dense and serious in northern Nigeria. If you can imagine a place like Lagos, where you have just the fuel coming from overseas, landing, and then into the pump station, you still have this. And you can imagine when you truck it by road to extreme part of the northern Nigeria there. So there's real infrastructural failure in that place. That you need to address those
that
issues.
Failure now didn't just start in 1999.
It didn't start in 1999, yeah.
So you have people who ask that all this while, how come they've not been able to bridge that gap, such that the frustration built up?
It was a military administration down here in the south. By nature of the training that you have, the professional training, people have said, okay, you can do whatever thing you can do. We can stand on our own. Over the years there, it is one contract or one supply or the other. And so at the end of the day, with the procurement services, the new procurement rules that OBJ introduced, there's no supplies and all that. So no source of funding, taking place. Agriculture is down. So what do you expect people to do?